Hey guys, welcome to another draw and design tutorial. Today I am going to design a Revit family for infinity cube table. I will make a dynamic model, I will analyze it and then import it into a project. This will be a step-by-step tutorial for beginners, so please watch full video and let's get started. Before we start, I ask you to please subscribe to my channel, it helps me out a lot. Also turn on notifications so you don't miss my future videos. We will start with a new Revit family and open a generic model for our design. Then we will change the units to centimeters. You can also work in feet if you want. We are in reference level window and you can see we already have two reference planes intersecting each other. On top of these we will draw one more horizontal reference plane. Now we will use the copy command and make three more. We will adjust the distances between them. The distances which I choose are just for the reference. You can change these distances depending on the table size you are making. Then we will make a mirrored copy of these four reference planes on the bottom using the mirror with axis tool. Now we will make the vertical reference planes using the same procedure and distances. Next we will go to the front view and move the reference level and put it in the middle of vertical reference planes. Then make the horizontal reference planes using the same procedure and distances as we did in the reference level window. Now we go to left view and see if we have the same shape as we have in the front view. Now we will add dimensions between the reference planes. We will start with the Align Dimension tool and mark dimensions from insertion point to the first layer of reference planes. Then make them equal by pressing EQ. We will mark the dimensions for length and width. Then we will mark dimensions between all the outer layer of reference planes. But this time, instead of making them equal, we will lock the reference planes with these dimensions. We will do it for all four sides. Now we will go to the front view and mark all dimensions the same as we did in reference level window. Next we will set up the reference level window and front view window as active views. We can use tile window option to set up the views. Now we will go to reference level window and add align dimensions for length and width between the outermost layers of reference planes. Then go to front view and add align dimensions for height between outermost layers as well. Then we will select the length dimension and select create parameter option from label dimension panel. We will write the name of parameter and create it as instance. Then we will select the width dimension and create parameter. Now we will go to front view and create height parameter also. Before we move on to next step, we must flex the model by checking its parameter to find out if our model is broken. It's time to build the geometry. This geometry consists of 6 copies of a simple shape which you can see on the screen. And this shape is a building block of infinity cube. First of all, we will start from the top view and we will choose solid extrusion and start making the shape using the line tool. During making the shape, make sure every line must trace the parallel reference plane. After completing the drawing, close the extrusion command. Now we will add the constraints to our geometry. To do so, click on any edge of the shape near the grip arrow and lock it with the adjacent reference plane. Now continue locking all the edges of the shape with respective reference planes. This time I am showing you how to constrain the geometry in real time. But for all the coming steps, I will make the time lapse. After completing the lock, go to front view and drag the shape from grip arrow. Then place between lowermost reference planes. Also lock them. In the next step, we will draw the same geometric shape using solid extrusion. This shape is same to the previous one, but this time it will be mirrored. We cannot use actual mirror command because the shape is constrained to its references. Instead of that, we will draw a new geometry. After closing the extrusion command, make the constraints to geometry and this time move the shape between topmost reference planes and lock them. Go to 3D view and check the model. So we are so far so good. Now return to the front view and start over again. We will repeat the same procedure of drawing, locking and placing the shape, but this time work in the front view. We can switch to 3D view after completing the steps and see if we are placing the piece on the correct position. Next we will open any side view and repeat the same. At any stage, if you don't understand, pause the video and try again. This is a very confusing shape, that's why it is called infinity cube. Next we will add reference planes for our tabletop. These references will be added in reference level windows and keep a tiny offset from edges of the table frame. Also we will add a reference plane in front view to maintain the thickness of tabletop. Then we will rename the work plane as top. Go to Create tab and choose Set Work Plane and select the top work plane. We can make geometry by drawing the rectangle in reference level window. Then constrain to outermost reference plane. Now drag the shape from arrow grips and place on correct position and lock it. Next we will add the aligned dimensions and make them constant by locking them. And that's it. We have successfully modeled an infinity cube table. Next we can change the visual settings to realistic and apply some materials. We can apply glass to the top of the table and wood to the frame. Now we will open an architectural project and load this family into the project. We can change the parameters and you can see model changes dynamically. Hope you enjoyed the video. You can support me by subscribing my channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed and learned from this video. And give me your suggestions in comment section. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one.